Welcome everyone to the Creative Podcast. The topic we'll be focusing on today is one of the key items of the PPE lineup, face masks. Now before we get started, the information being provided today is solely our opinions, and please note that we are not medically trained professionals. We are only providing a summary of the information we gather from our trusted suppliers and present them to the best of our ability. So, for all of you listeners out there, feel free to contact any of us at Creative if you require more specifics, and we're happy to find out more through our suppliers. Now today I am joined by my colleagues, so let's first introduce myself and I'll start. My name is Gary, I'm going to be the host for today.
I'm Misty.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Kelly.
And so now let's talk about masks, right? I almost feel like that every day that I receive emails from various suppliers saying that they're now producing masks for the promotional market. But even for me, I'm quite overwhelmed and I don't know which one to choose from. So I do need education on this topic for sure. And now Misty and Kelly, I know you have recently attended educational webinar and there are some experience from you guys in terms of PPE. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more about this and what you've learned and anything specific about masks.
Okay, yeah. So this is Misty. When I have a client request a quote or information on masks, there's a few things I like to note right off the bat. Firstly is there are hundreds and hundreds of different manufacturers that have stepped up to the plate to produce these types of items just because of the shortfall in the industry. At the onset of this pandemic, the FDA and Health Canada issued interim orders that grant manufacturers an expedited process to produce this equipment. This has eased some of the regulatory requirements of the PPE items. However, in order to legally distribute this product, the manufacturers must still register their establishment and their devices with the FDA and or Health Canada. Manufacturers must also demonstrate that the new device is substantially equivalent, and they must have all of their paperwork in place. So they have to be able to provide their safety sheets and any information that's being requested by FDA or Health Canada or put in place by those two organizations.
I see.
I guess secondly, we really want to make sure that we're not pulling from frontline workers out there. We want to make sure that anything that is a medical grade, and that's going to be something that's tested and certified by NIOSH, that we're leaving that alone, and that's only going to the front line where it's needed the most.
And this is Kelly speaking here. To add a little bit to what Misty said, we will also be providing a link to Health Canada for you to review so that you can look up any particular manufacturers or models to confirm if they are authorized under the interim order for import and use for the situation. So another thing we want to note is that face masks may be used to prevent the spread of COVID-19. They are not intended for medical purposes, so they do not provide the liquid barrier protection that you would get in a surgical mask. And those, like you said, are surgical masks, so they are or should be reserved for medical professionals and the essential services. Face masks can be used as a source control to prevent the spread of COVID-19, which basically is a concept of creating a barrier to prevent someone who is sick from spreading it to others. But obviously, proper hygiene practice is recommended in addition to the use of masks. All the face masks we are providing are from our vetted suppliers. Of our vetting process, the first thing is they are a trusted supplier we know and trust to provide us with the stock and information we may require. This means we are confirming that they are following the regulations, and also we are asking for the safety data sheets that Misty had mentioned before we are quoting anything to ensure the product we are providing you is or has been safety tested. All items should have proper labeling as well and have the safety paperwork provided if needed. In addition to vetting suppliers, we also have teammates personally trying on and testing the quality of the fit and the materials of the masks we are recommending to ensure that we know what we are providing to our clients, and our clients are basically trusting us to provide them with the quality that we would expect, and we take that very seriously.
That's where Melissa comes in, right? I know that we've been receiving quite a few samples from our suppliers, and I know today we've narrowed down to 4. So Melissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about them one by one and explain to us why these ones stands out from the crowd.
Okay, sure. I will talk about the disposable ones that we've picked out. As we mentioned, we've had a lot of vendors that have stepped up and are manufacturing them. So we've looked all through Canada and the US for the best supplier that offers the best quality and the best price, and we've narrowed it down. So the first one is the blue, just the generic blue disposable masks. They're one-time use masks, but they are the best pricing. So our price point on these are about $1.50 to $2 range. These are manufactured in China, but they are brought in to Ontario, to our supplier in Ontario. So shipping is just FOB Ontario, and this vendor has stocked over 1 million pieces of these. So they're shipping very fast, so we don't have to order them from overseas and have any issues with customs or anything like that. I tried these out. We've had a few samples, and they fit well on your face, and they work exactly as they're intended to work. Mm-hmm. And these ones also have the safety data sheet, so they are qualified non-medical use masks.
Cool.
Yeah, I've seen these upwards of $5 a piece. So yes, that is ridiculously expensive. I would not spend $5 on a mask to give to my employees, like to try to keep them safe. There's no way. For a single use mask, I'm not going to spend $5 a mask. So we're like the lowest end, we're looking at like $1.50. That I would say about $1.50 for these. So these are definitely the best pricing and the best quality on those.
What about the next one that you got there?
So the KN95s, from what I've gathered from my teammates, Misty and Kelly, that these are 6 or 8 use masks.
It varies depending on the manufacturer. I've seen them 5 use, I've seen 8 use. So
yeah, I think these ones
it depends on the manufacturer and maybe the filter that's inside them.
Yeah, I think this one is 6. I think this one was 6 use masks, but so they are a little pricier. These KN95s, they're no way medical masks. They're no way similar to the N95s. They are a different version or a modified brand of the N95s. But they do. When I got this mask, I was surprised because it's a China brand. These are manufactured in China. So I was surprised when I tried this mask on myself. The way it fits, even compared to just like the disposable blue ones, the way it fits and kind of seals around your face, like around your chin and your nose, it seals to your face. So it's very nice the way it's designed and the way it fits. Mm-hmm. So this is something that I would recommend definitely for people who cannot social distance and they're working around other people. You definitely should get something like this KN95. You can use them up to 6 times. They fit really well. It's the same thing, comes from the same vendor that we're using in Ontario. They have brought in all the inventory, and we can order from them, and it ships fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. Price point is pretty decent. It's we're looking around $6.50 to $7 a price point. Mm-hmm. But when you're getting 6 uses out of it, it's actually better to get these KN95 ones than the disposable ones, price-wise, right? Mm-hmm. Depending what you want to use it for. But I definitely like these. They sit very well. They seal your face. I feel safe wearing them.
Okay, cool. And there's a couple more. I think they are more cloth-based, right? The other 2?
Yeah. So we have some options for our reusable masks that we have searched high and low for. We have so many vendors that are producing the reusable masks, and they are amazing. However, some of them are not, I wouldn't want to sell them because I don't feel like that they're the best quality for the price point that they were being sold at. So some of them I've seen, they're like just a piece of fabric, they're 1 ply, and they're $8. So it's very expensive. And then you have to order 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever just to get them in, and they're transporting them overseas. So we had to go through a lot of different channels and suppliers to find the right mask that we want to sell to our clients. So we've decided on a 3-ply. It's just a simple black mask. They come in adult and youth sizing, but they are 3-ply masks. And so that's very important when you're looking for that added protection, to not have 1-ply, just one piece of fabric. So they're antibacterial masks. So they fit, the fit is for me, it fits fairly well. However, the fit might vary between different people because of the elastics on there. So some people who might have a smaller head or a smaller face, they might not fit as snug, but you can improvise and use other things like what are those called? Those
Ear savers.
Ear savers to help fit them on your head properly. Or we also will have the U sizing, so you can even go down to a U sizing if you feel like the adult sizing isn't working that well. But price point, we're looking at $5 to $6 on these ones for a 3-ply, which are definitely the best pricing that we could find. So standard delivery is about 2 weeks, so that's actually not too bad. We are going to be bringing some of these in stock in Creative in our facility, so we'll have them in Edmonton.
Okay. And then there's one more, right?
So the last one is my favorite one. It's my personal favorite. This one is from manufactured in the U.S. And so I didn't. The thing that made me hesitant about this one was the price point, because the pricing is like $8 or $9, and you have to order. They're made to order, so you have to order, I think,
250
pieces for these. So the minimum is pretty high. So production turnaround time, but you can get them imprinted. So that's the nice part, is you can have them imprinted with your design or anything in multiple different colors, different elastics. I just felt like when I put that one on, it was the best one, because the way it sits on your face is it covers so much area in your face, and it sits really well. And when I was wearing it, I felt protected. And the material is like a canvas material, which is it was comfortable on my face. It didn't like irritate me or anything like that. So wearing it felt really good, and I would wear that outside, and I feel like I was safe. So, but the price point is a bit higher, $8 or $9. So that's something to keep in mind when you're making your selection, is like, what do you need it for, and what is your budget? So just only buy within your budget and within what you need it for. For me, I would get the higher price range, the $9 one, because it's reusable, and I would just keep reusing it as many times and just keep washing it like on delicate, or wash it by hand. And if like my son, maybe I might give him the disposable one. So you never know. It depends on who you're going to be providing them to, if it's for yourself or for your employees or your family, whatever, right?
Perfect. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Misty, Kelly, and Melissa, for joining me for this podcast. And I also want to thank everybody for listening as well. Now, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and for more upcoming podcasts with various topics. It might not be this, it could be something else down the road. But right now, just want everybody to stay tuned, continue, and stay safe and stay healthy, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, stay healthy.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.